Step 2. Okay, that only took me like 2 seconds, so I don't know where you guys are at with it. Aaron's chilling out over here, just waiting patiently so we can actually do some work. We are going to do this version of a G, this version of a C, and a D. Now, we did this already. We did 2 fingers and moved them back and forth. We did 3 fingers, hopefully, if you guys were watching toward the end there. It should be the exact same concept as the 2. You don't want fingers to move one at a time. Here we go with the close-up. Look. Okay, we don't do this. We don't walk all of our fingers around. That's not good. Not good, not good, not good. We need up, over, up, over, up, over. They just need to move back and forth like that. I love that song. That's our ringtone for the store phone, by the way. Rockstars. Okay, we did that. I did leave out one step, which was we can also move chords up and down the neck. Okay, this is up, it's pitch. That's up, that's down. I know that it doesn't make sense. Trust me, I know. This is also up a string toward the ground. I know that doesn't make sense either. You know what? Somebody beat us to it. That's how it's labeled. This is up. It's always pitch. Pitches go higher this way, pitches go higher this way. So this is up, this is up. If I say go up a string, most of the time I'm talking pitch. You're going to move towards the ground. It's going to feel real weird. So we're going to do up the fretboard. E chord, which you should have already had from the last thing. See what I did? Up a fret. Now, if you guys want like tricks on how to actually make your fingers do this stuff, trust me, we've got a ton of them. We also don't have a ton of time for these videos. So, again, email thing. If you guys didn't see the last video yet, get used to this. Do the email thing, okay? We're going to send you a PDF with all of the chords and the lessons laid out so you can see exactly what's going on. And if you just bought a guitar today, this is what you should be doing today. Simple, right? Simple, 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 simple. Okay? Now there is another half to this as well that we haven't talked about yet. That's going to be a whole separate video, so hopefully you guys are paying attention and watching them all. But we just did up the fretboard now. You'll see the tabs, you'll see the whatevers if you get the PDF. But what we're trying to do is make the best use of the simplest things that we have available. So the simplest thing we have available is make our fingers do a shape. Just one, just one. Just do something, guys. You know, like they're not going to be used to it first. So across is actually harder. Moving from string to string is harder than moving up and down a set of frets, but it's still the same concept. You want to keep your fingers together. Okay? Slide the whole thing. Slide with your arm. Slide with your wrist. Slide with anything but this. This sucks. Okay? You need it to automatically go where you tell it to go. So you practice doing that, and that's some of the stuff that we'll get into. PDF will tell you where to go for more information from there. Rockstars. Rockstars. Okay, so we can do chords up and down. So we're going to do this version of a G. It's not the only G we could play. We're going to do this version of a C. It's not the only C we could play. This is pretty much the only D we can play. I'll explain more of that in another video too, but for right now, just trust me. The reason we're doing this is because we can just move part of a chord. Now the last thing we did was move a chord. We moved our fingers back and forth and back and forth and up and down. Now we're just going to move a section of a chord. So all I'm doing is picking these 2 fingers up and moving them over, but notice that they actually stay together too. That concept does not go away. You're not walking over this and this. You're doing this. You jump. You get your fingers used to making the shape. Look, look, middle of the air. And then to where you can just basically clamp it down. It does take time. You have to do it hundreds and maybe thousands of times before it's going to work the right way. But see what I'm doing? I'm moving part of a chord. The other thing is when we go to D, this finger does not move. So these 3 come up. These 2 switch midair. See that? From there to there. Your middle finger crosses over your first finger. Back and forth. Get used to getting all the fingers to move at the same time. These 3 up, these 2 over. These 2 up, these 3 down. Over and over. Okay. We can also, by default, take the chords that we're learning and move them up and down as well. And that's actually a couple songs. There's a Zeppelin one that has that in there, and there is a song called Wholehearted by Extreme that does... Oops. Just one shape, okay? Rockstars, do the thing. Do the thing. Get the PDF, do the thing.